Could Liverpool be losing Trent Alexander-Arnold in this upcoming winter transfer window? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Happy New Year to each and every single one of you. Last night we welcomed in 2025 in spectacular fashion, and I hope you're all safe and well and are looking forward to a brand new year ahead. Of course, with the welcoming in of a brand new year, of course it means a couple more things as well than that. Number one, it means that the winter transfer window is once again open as another round of transfer activity potentially beckons for us over the course of the next month or so. And not only that, but there is also another window open. The window of opportunity for players that are entering the final 6 months of their current contracts with their current clubs to potentially start talking to other clubs and maybe setting up a pre-contractual agreement for when their current contract expires, they can then jump ship to another club. As for my club of Liverpool, well, this man right here fits in that potential window. Alongside his teammates of Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold has entered the final 6 months of his current deal with Liverpool and is free to talk to whoever he wants. And with Real Madrid lurking around, it's obviously hard to turn down the Spanish giants. But we shall wait and see what does materialise from that. As in recent days, it seemingly snowballed this news that Trent Alexander-Arnold could be jumping ship to Real Madrid as early as the winter transfer window. Whilst the likes of Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah seem more likely to be settling down at Liverpool and signing on a new deal with the club, Trent's situation is not seemingly as clear as what Van Dijk's and Salah's may be, if, of course, you believe the reports that are coming out about these three players in particular. We're going to be talking about the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation, the recent speculation that is intensifying from the likes of the Spanish media and from Real Madrid. We're going to be looking at it from Trent's point of view, Liverpool's point of view, Real Madrid's point of view, and everything else in between. But before we get into all of that, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section as well. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it on this topic, because I'm sure it will be of great interest to a lot of people. And of course, I'm sure it will also divide a lot of opinions on this particular topic. So please do get involved. Use and abuse that comment section, people, and talk to me on everything and anything to do with Liverpool and the three contract situations that I've already mentioned. Right, sound good? Great. Let's get on with the video. Let's get on with talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool, Real Madrid, and everything else in between. So, in recent days, over the course of the past 24 or 48 hours actually, this Trent Alexander-Arnold situation has absolutely snowballed. Yesterday, it was reported from Sky Sports and other outlets out there that Liverpool had instantly rebuffed and rejected an approach from Real Madrid for Trent Alexander-Arnold in this winter transfer window. It had been previously stated that Real Madrid would wait until the summer, wait to get him on a free transfer when his current contract with Liverpool expires. But now it seems that maybe Real Madrid are stepping up their approach for one Trent Alexander-Arnold. And there seems to be a lot of reasons for that. The reasons may be, number one, for example, is that, well, Real Madrid are in a title race right now. And their main right-back in Dani Carvajal obviously picked up a big injury at the beginning of the season, which has ruled him out for seemingly the remainder of it. And not only that, but of course he isn't exactly getting any younger. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is seemingly more available than he isn't. And so that could also be a massive factor in this. Real Madrid didn't exactly start the season off in the best of ways, but they have since made up a lot of ground on Barcelona. They are actually second in La Liga now, above Barcelona. But they are in the midst of a title race that is between the usual suspects of Atletico Madrid themselves and, of course, Barcelona. Looking to strengthen that right-back position through Dani Carvajal's injury, Lucas Vazquez has obviously been in that position. Obviously covering for the injured Spanish right-back. it makes sense. It makes sense for Real Madrid to try and reinforce their ranks, reinforce their squad ahead of what is going to be a massive second half of the season for the Spanish La Liga title race. Not only that, but of course there's the Champions League to consider as well. Maybe other domestic cups as well for the Spanish Giants to consider. It will be huge for both. It will be huge for Real Madrid. It will be huge for everybody else involved. It will be huge for the competitions that Madrid find themselves in. The second one could be that maybe Real Madrid have received some sort of indication from Trent Alexander-Arnold himself, or maybe the people that he surrounds himself with in these kinds of negotiations, that maybe he is sick and tired of waiting for Liverpool to pull their finger out, and maybe he has indicated that he wants to join Real Madrid, and he wants to join them as early as this January window. Now, I personally find this a little bit more harder to believe, because the position that Liverpool and Trent are in right now, it is an unbelievable position in which they are favourites for the Premier League title. They are going strong in the Champions League, the Carabao Cup. They are in the semi-finals of that competition, and of course the FA Cup campaign begins in a week or two's time against Accrington Stanley. I would find it difficult to believe that not only would Trent want to leave in this current position, but also Liverpool would want to get rid of him in this current position as well that they're in. Not only would it affect Liverpool's squad overall in terms of obviously losing a big player, but it could also harm, the friendship side, the emotional side, the mental side as well. It could harm the squad. It could have a knock-on effect for Liverpool to get rid of such a big and key player, not just on the pitch but seemingly off the pitch as well, at such a critical and crucial time in Liverpool's season. But as well as that, maybe the third option is that Real Madrid are trying to just test Liverpool's resolve here. Maybe they're just trying to test the waters when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold and test whether or not Liverpool are actually venturing into the idea of selling Trent Alexander-Arnold whilst they still have him in their ranks. It's not in the realms of possibility for that to be possible either. Let's face it, whatever money that Liverpool make on Trent Alexander-Arnold will be a profit, considering he is a very big homegrown talent. It wouldn't be as much money as they probably would have got for him had he had a few more years on his current deal, but it would still be a nice amount for what is essentially a free player they picked up and have obviously grown through their academy. It'll be big for everybody involved. And like I say, these are delicate times for Liverpool. This situation, alongside the Virgil van Dijk situation, alongside the Mohamed Salah situation, should never, ever, ever, ever have gotten to this point anyway. Where we are talking about players entering, big players at that, entering the final 6 months of their current deals. It just shows you how poorly Liverpool have been run over the past few years, with a lot of changes behind the scenes in terms of different sporting directors and things of that nature. How obviously mismanaged these kind of things have become at the club. And now it seems that with Liverpool dragging out these contract negotiations, here we are talking about it again. And the worst part about it, in my opinion, is that Trent Alexander-Arnold himself has said that he doesn't want this to drag out in public. Well, it is sort of dragging out in public. I'm talking about it. Everybody else is talking about it. And everybody's picking up news that Real Madrid are looking to try and sign you in January. That's talking it out in public. And like I said, the only reason for that is that either you've given them some sort of indication that you're wanting to move this January, or Madrid are just trying to throw their weight around, as we've said before. Spanish outlets over the past few days have reported that everything is seemingly in place and in line for Trent and Real Madrid to agree on a deal that will see him leave Liverpool and go to Real Madrid, whether that be in January or whether that be in the summer of 2025. Obviously, only time will tell. But again, it's being talked about in public. And again, I know it's Spanish outlets, and I will say one thing about Spanish outlets. They are very pro-Real Madrid, very pro-Barcelona. And when they want to throw their weight around as being the two biggest clubs in the world, two biggest clubs in Spain or whatever, they will throw their weight around. And they will try everything and anything to obviously unsettle the relationship between their current target and their target's fan base. And it's seemingly working, because I've seen a lot of people seemingly turn on Trent. I've seen a lot of people question Trent's commitment to the club and all of that stuff, and it's seemingly working. So one thing I will say is, don't necessarily buy into the entirety of the Spanish outlets and their news stories on this, because this is what they do. We've seen it with Philip Coutinho before. We've seen it with, Luis Suarez before. They will use whatever they have at their disposal in terms of media and publicity like that to try and divide the player and the fan base and their current fan base. We've seen it time and time again. And if we were to buy into that as Liverpool fans, we would probably end up making Trent Alexander-Arnold's decision for him. He probably would be like, well, I'm not obviously loved by the fans over here no more. I'm going to jump ship, I'm going to go to Real Madrid. And even then, it's sort of weird, because, if I was to use the Jurgen Klopp line that he used on Philip Coutinho, Trent could be an absolute legend here. And I think he already somewhat is, but obviously his legendary status could obviously continue to evolve if he does stay at Liverpool for the long haul. He would just be another player. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he could just be another player at Real Madrid. And as we know, I know that their club is elite. I know that their standards are extremely elite. But we've seen it with Kylian Mbappe at the beginning of the season. Like, a lot of their fans were turning on Mbappe very, very quickly. It could potentially happen with Trent if he was to jump ship. Yes, the all-white strip of Real Madrid is absolutely insane and immaculate. And everybody that plays football has some sort of dream of playing for Real Madrid for whatever reason. But, their fans hold you to a extremely high standard, sometimes too unrealistic. There have been so many legends at that club that obviously Real Madrid fans do adore, and there are some slightly lesser legends that, just because they don't live up to certain expectations, aren't exactly held in the best of regard. Some even don't even like the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale. Trent, yes, could reach stupid heights within the game for a right back especially. But would he be as loved with the crowd, with the fans, as he would be with Liverpool? I don't necessarily think he will. Yes, there'll be a lot of doors that will open for him, both commercially, both off the and of course off the pitch as well, in terms of merchandising and using his name and obviously brand deals and all of that stuff. Yes, that will open a lot of doors for Trent Alexander-Arnold, even more so than Liverpool. And obviously he can get a lot of stuff with Liverpool as well. But Real Madrid will get him the finest of the finest, the state-of-the-art brand deals and all of that stuff to go along with it, because he is such a huge player, big player, and of course a massive talent within the game. He'll also get to link up with his best friend of Jude Bellingham as well, whilst they're there as well. So yes, it will open a lot of doors. There'll be a lot of opportunities, and there are a lot of things that are going for Trent at Real Madrid. But in my personal opinion, look, I think Liverpool, like I said earlier, would be stupid to get rid of him now in the current position they're in. Trent would be stupid to jump ship now, at the very least, given the position he and Liverpool are in. And yeah, I'm always under the impression that if a player does not want to be at Liverpool, then get rid. Get rid. Like, Liverpool will move on regardless. Regardless what happens, Liverpool will move on. If they're not 100% committed to the club, move them on immediately. I'm all for that. And, Liverpool will move on, as we have done when Suarez left, when Fernando Torres left, when Philip Coutinho left especially. Liverpool will just move on. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one develops. like I say, I do wonder whether or not maybe Trent's dropped this in the media, or Trent's people have dropped this in the media to maybe strengthen his negotiating position with Liverpool. Maybe he's trying to use Real Madrid's offer as a stepping stone to try and get as much money out of FSG as possible. And, you know, I can't really blame him for seemingly getting as much money as to what he may be worth. But at the same time, it's still a risky game by all involved. I've said right from the start, it's risky from Liverpool to be dragging it out this long. It's risky from Trent as well to maybe try and play this game, especially because we know how demanding Real Madrid and their fan base can be. I'm intrigued to see how this one plays out, but I'm also now a little worried. Because as much as I do want Trent to stay, as much as I do want Trent to further cement his legacy as the Liverpool legend, as a Premier League legend, I also do fear that maybe this one is the one we lose. Maybe this one is the one we lose in terms of him jumping ship to Real Madrid. Maybe that will be the case going forward. And when you obviously look at the way that Danny Carvajal's career over the past year especially has gone from being one of the best right-backs in the world to them being a potential Ballon d'Or contender, yes, a lot of those things are because of what he's won in terms of, you know, he won La Liga, he won the Champions League, and he won the Euros all in the same year. Trent may be looking at that and going, well, if he's a right-back playing at Real Madrid that can do that, I don't necessarily think I'm going to be getting to that level at Liverpool, so I will jump ship to Real Madrid, and maybe I could get that level or even exceed that level. So there are a lot of different factors and a lot of different things to consider when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold and Liverpool, but of course this story has been snowballing and gathering momentum over the past few days. Liverpool have seemingly rejected an initial approach from Madrid themselves to try and buy Trent Alexander-Arnold in this upcoming winter transfer window. It seems, though, that Madrid may have the upper hand here. If things are to be believed, it seems that things are heading in Madrid's direction. If things are to be believed, Liverpool may be facing a losing battle here. Unless, of course, this is all Trent trying to manipulate Liverpool into getting a bigger and better contract. I don't know. We'll obviously have to see how this one plays out. I think both would be stupid to leave each other at this stage of the season, at this time in Liverpool's potentially exciting, history-making, and potentially phenomenal campaign ahead. The second half of the season beckons, but will Trent Alexander-Arnold be there to see out the remainder of Liverpool's season or not? Remains to be seen. We shall see. We shall see what happens. These are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this Trent Alexander-Arnold situation with Liverpool? Do you think he will stay? Do you think he will go? And if he does he go this month, or does he wait until the summer to jump ship to Real Madrid? I'd love to know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, in the comment section down below. I'm sure it'll make for great interest in reading, I'm sure. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new and want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you to everyone that is obviously supporting the channel. Thank you if you're brand new, welcome along. I hope you enjoy the journey. Very much appreciated. And of course, if you are continuing the support, thank you as well for continuing that. All will be greatly appreciated, never be taken for granted. So thank you all guys so much. You are awesome. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you speak to you all again soon in another video, or live stream, or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Have a good new year everyone, and I'll see you all again soon in another video.